Hey stalkers, I love you. With school starting up again next week, and me being a recent graduate, I decided I'd do a video on some tips and advice for first year university and college students that will hopefully help them to have a great college/university experience. Yes, I just said slash, I don't know why. First tip, very, very important, pay attention in class. I know that if you have your computers and your cell phone and your friends, that you're going to want to go on Facebook and text and do whatever, but I can't stress how important it is to pay attention in class, because there were so many times where I didn't pay attention, and yeah, I passed my classes with good marks, but only because I had friends help teach me what I had missed because I wasn't paying attention. And come in the later years when I needed to do something that I should have learned in first year, I didn't remember how to do it because I didn't pay attention in class. So now, one of my biggest regrets after graduating is the fact that I can't remember half the things that I should know, that is going to be a hindrance to me when I get an actual job in the industry because I don't remember how to do half the stuff. So pay attention to your teachers during class. Number 2, get involved. Whether it's joining a sports team or intramural sports, joining a club, volunteering, you need to get yourself out there and just meet as many people as possible and get involved, because some of my best experiences in college were going to different events, going to pub nights, volunteering at different events throughout the school, joining and starting my own club, being a part of intramural sports. I met so many great friends, had great experiences. Honestly, one of the best things about college and university is that there's so much there for you to do. Look into your school's clubs. If there isn't one there that interests you, start one. There's probably a ton of people that are going to your school that have the same interests as you, but just never thought of starting a club for it. So all it takes is one person to get the idea and basically have the strive in order to start a club. I did that just before my last year of school started. I started a photography and film club. And yeah, it started off slow because it was a new club, but by the end of my final year, it was pretty big, and now it's going to be even bigger with the new president that's taking over. So just because the school doesn't advertise a club that you're interested in doesn't mean that you can't do it. All you have to do is ask your student council or whoever runs your clubs how to get a club started and do it. It's not that hard, and that will give you even more opportunities to meet people with like interests. If you're interested in sports but you're not an athlete, get involved in intramural sports. Most schools have them, and they've got plenty of different sports for you. They have all the normal like basketball, volleyball, all that sort of stuff, and they also have fun ones like ball hockey, dodgeball. So all you gotta do is just find out who provides those things and just go to them and figure it out and get involved. And I can't stress now getting involved in volunteering, because a lot of schools are starting to incorporate your co-curricular records, which I didn't get because my school just introduced that this year after I graduated. But apparently now a lot of employers are looking to see how much you volunteered during your time at school, and that stuff gets put on your co-curricular record. And companies will look at that, and you can also, I believe, get awards for it if you do enough or something. But companies will look at that, and if they see that you've put in a lot of effort outside of school, then like outside of your classes for your school and your community, then you have a better chance of getting a job. Plus, you get to meet a lot of new people and gain more experience when you volunteer. Number 3, if possible, get to know your teachers on an intimate level, because I lucked out with being in a small college program that my classes were usually at most 30 students. So I was able to really get to know my teachers, and they were able to get to know me, which worked out really well because now I have great contacts. So if I'm ever looking for a job, I can kind of throw it their way and see if they know of any openings. They are great references for me, and if I ever have questions, I can always go to them and ask them things. And whenever it comes to work assignments and different things with school, if you know your teachers better, then you're going to get a lot more out of your schooling, and you're going to be able to understand things better because you'll be able to sit down with them and explain things, and you'll just have a better college experience because you have that relationship with your teachers. I know that because I was close to so many of my teachers, that me and my friends just had a great time during our program because, yeah, we did our learning, we did all the stuff we needed to do, but we also got to have fun and joke around with our teachers, especially when we weren't in class. And if we were doing an event or something, you were able to see the more fun side of our teachers rather than just the lecture side. Now, I know it's not always possible to get to know your teachers on an intimate level because, especially with university, your class sizes are so big, but do your best, or even try and get to know your TAs because they were in a position where you are, and they're probably the prime people to help you if you have questions. Number 4, focus on your work, but don't forget to have fun. There's so many people in college that I've seen that either have too much fun and their grades slip horrendously and they end up either flunking classes or dropping out. And then there's people that I see that focus too much on their work and they don't have fun, and then they graduate and they regret not going out and doing things because they don't have any memories. All they have is the grades to show it, which, yes, grades are important, but also making friends and having experiences is just as important. So you want to try and find an equal balance between doing your schoolwork, your volunteer work, and having a social life and having fun. Number 5, save your money as well as you can. I know when you're in college and you want to go out and have fun with your friends all the time that you don't really think as much about money, but what I regret is that I probably went out a little bit too much and spent too much money while I was in college. So graduating and then having to take on more bills and responsibilities money-wise, I realized how much had I saved throughout my 4 years of college that I wouldn't be in so much debt, especially with having to pay off student loans soon. I realized that had I saved more during college, I wouldn't be in such a position to be working so much in order to get the money so that way I can pay off my student debt as soon as possible. Number 6, stay active. The freshman 15 is real. I know a lot of you have heard of the freshman 15 where you gain 15 pounds in your first year of college, and you may not gain 15 pounds, but a lot of people do gain weight throughout the years of college, whether it's because of stress or lack of proper eating, lack of exercise. I know for me, once I got into college, I didn't do as much exercising other than my first year. I was eating a lot more fast food because of my program. I was just constantly on the go, constantly at school working. So a lot of my options was food that was really fast, which isn't always the greatest for you. So over my 4 years, I ended up gaining a lot of weight. Looking back, I wish I would have been more active and gotten into intramural sports more, or gone to the gym more since I had the membership. Just things like that I wish that I would have done so that way I hadn't gained all this weight, because now I've got to try and kick myself into gear and whilst working figure out how to work out and eat healthier again so that way I can lose the weight again. So just try and eat healthy as best as you can. I know it's tempting, especially with all the drinking and parties. Try and be as healthy as you can and stay active, because you don't want to end up having to gain a bunch of weight, because then you got to buy new clothes, which costs more money, and then it's all spirals. So stay active as much as possible. So those are some of my tips for first year college and university students. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below with some of your tips for first year college and university students. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share the video with everyone, especially first year college and university students, because this video is for them. Squirt, squirt, squirt. There's not. You'll just have a better college experience because you are. That was long.